So this was our last week class test. First, I will discuss this test paper with you. I will mention the right answers as well as the reason why that specific answer is correct. So the first question, the result of some test on colorless liquid are shown and the boiling point of the liquid is 102. The thing which you have to remember, you should remember the boiling point of ethanol. We already did that example, it is 78 degrees, and boiling point for a pure water, if a water is pure, that is 100 degree centigrade. But this is not having a boiling point 100, it is having a higher than 100, so it means this is a boiling point of impure water. And what could be impure water? Salt solution. When you add salt to water, the water become impure because different substances are present. That's why option D is the right answer for this. So whenever you have a salt solution, the salt solution will not boil at 100 because of the impurities. The boiling point increases, so it will be more than 100. That's why D was a right answer for question 1. The next, a blue solid X is soluble in water. Soluble in water means you have a solution. So which method is used to obtain pure solid from aqueous solution? So if we have a solution and we want solid from the solution, so what we can do? We can do two methods. Either we can evaporate or evaporation. So when we evaporate, we remove all of the liquid by supplying heat energy. A solid is left behind. Or the second method to obtain a soluble salt from the solution, that is crystallization. In crystallization, what we normally do, we do not remove all of the liquid. Like if it was 10 cm cube of liquid, we evaporate some of the liquid. Like example, we made it 5 cm cube. So 10 cm cube can dissolve more salt, but when it is 5 cm cube, it can dissolve small amount of salt. So remaining salt will appear as a crystals or a solid, which can be removed by filtration. But the first process is crystallization. That's why B is the right answer. So whenever you have a soluble salt or you have a salt solution and you need salt from that, use crystallization. A mixture is separated using the apparatus. So what could be the mixture? So basically we are using filtration. And filtration can be used to separate the insoluble solid or solute from solution. So what is the mixture? Aqueous copper chloride means the salt solution plus copper. Copper is a metal and metal does not dissolve in water. So this is a metal, a solid, and this one is a solution. So if we want to separate the solid from the solution, which technique we use? We use filtration. That's why it will work best with A. So A is the right answer for question 3. Ethanol is made by fermentation. How ethanol obtained from miscible liquid? When two or more miscible liquids are there, which technique we use? We use fractional distillation. That's why D is the right answer. So even if you see the question, there are specific terms in the question which make you understand that why that specific is a right answer. So if miscible liquids are there, we use fraction distillation. If immiscible liquids are there, we will use separating funnel. Then alcohol and water are completely miscible. So if two or more miscible liquids are there, so which technique we use? Again, we use fractional distillation. That's why C is the right answer. two methods can be used to separate the salt from the solution. So salt from solution means it is a dissolved salt, because dissolved salt will make the solution. Or here, if they did not specify example, they mention salt from solution. So if the salt can be a soluble salt, but normally when they use the term solution in water, what they mean here, this salt will be a soluble salt. So if you want to separate the soluble salt, the salt which dissolves, so we can use crystallization, that is one thing. Or distillation can be used. How distillation can be used? Because what happens in distillation, we allow the water or liquid to escape. When the liquid will escape, we condense that liquid and we collect the liquid in the other container. But what we are left behind when all of the liquid will escape, so we are left behind with salt in the original container. So original container will have salt, and when we use a condenser, we collect the liquid as well. So that's why 1 and 3 can be used to obtain the salt from the solution. So B will be the right answer. Why decanting and filtration cannot be? Because we are obtaining salt from solution. Decanting and filtration are used for insoluble salts, not for salt from in a solution. In question 7, a mixture of ionic salt X. So there is ionic salt X is there, and keep, as we discussed, the ionic salt or ionic compound, they are water soluble, they dissolve in water. And a covalent compound Y is there. So Y is a covalent compound, and covalent compound are insoluble in water, but they are soluble in alcohol. So when we shake this with water, so when we shake it, the mixture of X and Y with water, so what will happen? X will dissolve and Y will not dissolve, because Y is a covalent. As the ionic compound are water soluble and covalent compound are insoluble in water. So X will dissolve and Y will left. So Y will be there on the filter paper and X will be there as a solution. But when we shake with ethanol, when we mix with ethanol, now Y will dissolve, because Y is a covalent compound, so that mixed with the alcohol. So Y will dissolve and X will not dissolve. So X will be on the filter paper and Y will be as a filtrate. So both techniques can be used to separate X with Y. If we use water, then Y will be on the filter paper and X will be filtrate. If we use ethanol, then Y will be a filtrate and X will be on the filter paper. That's why A is the right answer. The diagram shows a method for separating a substance X and Y. Which type of substance are separated? So the method of separation are used to separate mixtures. So these all techniques, chromatography, fraction distillation, simple distillation, crystallization, they are all used to separate the mixtures from each other. That's why C is the right answer, not the compound. Compound means like X is combined with Y. It's not like X combined with Y. There is a mixture, you have particle of X and you have particles of Y. There is no chemical combination. So these all techniques are used to separate the mixture from each other or substances present in the mixture. Methanol and ethanol are miscible liquids, which diagram is used to obtain. So if two miscible liquids are there, the one which is having a low boiling point will rise first and then it will condense, so we collect that. And the one which is having a higher boiling point, will left. So this technique, fraction distillation, so B is the right answer. A mixture of sulfur and iron filling needed to be separate. So we have sulfur, example, these dots are representing sulfur and these cubes are representing iron fillings. The solubility of sulfur and iron filling in water and carbon disulfide are shown. Both are insoluble in water. So if both are insoluble in water, does not dissolve in water, we cannot use water to separate them. But in carbon disulfide, sulfur is soluble. So if we add carbon disulfide, if we have carbon disulfide solution, so they mention sulfur is soluble, so sulfur will dissolve, we will not see sulfur, but the iron fillings will not dissolve. Then we can use filtration. So when you use filtration, iron fillings will left on the filter paper and sulfur will pass through. The solution of a sulfur will pass through. So we can use this technique, but we cannot use water because if both are insoluble in water, if we are using a water, both will be left on the filter paper. So we cannot separate them. And using a magnet, because iron is attracted by the magnet, so if I bring magnet closer to this, all the parts of the iron are attracted towards the magnet. So we can use magnet, we can use carbon disulfide, but we cannot use water. That is why B is the right answer for this. Which method is the most suitable to obtain zinc carbonate from suspension? Suspension means in which the solid particles, you can see insoluble solid particles are there. So if we want to remove these particles of zinc carbonate, which technique we can use? We can use filtration. So when we use filtration, zinc carbonate, the solid will left, and through the through the filter funnel, water will pass through. Mixture 1 contains sand and water. Mixture 2 contains salt and water. Which method is used to which method of separation could be used to obtain each of the required product? If we have sand and water, because the sand does not dissolve in water, so if we filter, the sand will be left on the filter paper and water will pass through the filter funnel. So, and this is separating both. So to obtain sand, if we need sand, we can use filtration. To obtain water, we can also use filtration. We don't have to use distillation, because when we are filtering, the water is passing through the filter paper and sand is left. So both, if we need sand or we need water, we can use filtration. If we want to obtain the salt, a soluble salt, a salt solution is there, so we can use crystallization. What is crystallization? We heat and concentrate the solution, so the amount of the liquid will reduce and the solid will appear. That is called crystallization. And if we want the water, we can use distillation. How distillation can be used? If we have a salt solution, we supply heat energy, the water will escape, and we will use a condenser here to collect the water. So this is called distillation. That's why D is the right answer for question 12. Question 13. The table gives the solubility of a substance in ethanol and in water. A mixture contains all four substances added to ethanol. So we have a mixture, and first what we did, we add this mixture to ethanol, and then we will stir and filter. The solid residue. So what is the residue here? When we add a mixture, so the solid which is left on the filter paper, that is called residue. And what passes through the filter paper, that's called filtrate. So this solid, the mixture, because it is a residue here, the solid residue, so it means it will be insoluble in ethanol. That's why it left as a residue. Then what we did, the residue is added to water. So the solid residue which is obtained from the ethanol is added to water and then stirred and filtered, and now the filtrate is evaporated. So if filtrate is evaporated, we repeat the procedure, but now we evaporate the filtrate. So if it is a filtrate in water, it means it is soluble in water, and it was a residue in ethanol, so it means it is insoluble in ethanol. That's why B is the right answer for this. So when substance is a residue, because this is a residue from ethanol, so residue means it will be insoluble. But the other substance is a filtrate in water, so it means it was soluble in water. In question 14, a mixture of ethanol and methanol are separated by fractional distillation. This method depends on the property X. What is property X? On the basis of the boiling point, we separate two or more substances. That's why we call that as a fractional distillation. A fruit drink contain a colored dissolved mixture, red and yellow coloring. Which method to show that illegal coloring agent is there? So we use technique which is used to identify the type of dyes, colors or food colors present, that is chromatography. And question 16, a student separated a salt from a mixture of sand and water. So student is having a mixture of sand and water. So what he will do, like these dots are representing the sand particles, cubes are representing the salt. So first what he should shake with water. So when he shake or add both of them water, the salt will dissolve and the sand will left as a suspension in the mixture. So then we will do filtration. The solid which is left on the filter paper, that is the residue, and the solution which passes through the filter paper, that's called filtrate. So we'll have a salt solution. And how to obtain a salt from the solution? Either use evaporation or crystallization. That's why first shake with water, then filter to remove sand, and then evaporate. That's why D is the right answer for this. So these are the 16 MCQs. Anyone having a doubt or want me to repeat any question from 1 to 16? Or at the last, I will repeat if you want any MCQs. I will continue the discussion. And at the last, I will repeat if you have any doubt or any question you want me to repeat. So the following techniques are used to separate the mixture. A is simple distillation, B is fraction distillation, C is evaporation, D is chromatography, E is filtration, and F is diffusion. Methane, from a mixture of gases, methane and ethane. One mistake what student did, that some of the student, not all, that they write the name of the technique. That's wrong, because you have to, from the list, choose the most suitable technique. So you don't have to write the name of the technique, you have to use these letters. Like if answer is simple distillation, write letter A. If answer is fractional distillation, write letter B. Evaporation, write letter C, and so on. So if we are separating two or more gases from each other, so we can use fractional distillation or we can use diffusion. So either B or F can be acceptable answer. We need water from the aqueous solution. So if we need water from the solution, which technique we use? We use simple distillation. That's why A will be the right answer. Glycine from a mixture of amino acids. Amino acids are colorless liquid. Amino acids, colors, dyes, ink, we all use chromatography for them. That's why D is the right answer. Iron filling from a mixture of iron filling and water. Iron does not dissolve in water, so which technique we can use? We can use filtration, so E will be the right answer. Zinc sulfate crystal from aqueous zinc sulfate, like we need salt from the solution, so we can use evaporation. Yes, you can use more than once. You can use the technique once or more than once. Hexane from a mixture of liquid, like two or more liquids are there. Miscible liquids, hexane, octane, from name you can identify similar name, so they are miscible. So what technique you can use? You can use fractional distillation. That's why B will be the right answer. So you don't have to write the name of the technique. You have to select the letter which is representing the technique and just write that letter. Plan an investigation to obtain a sample of pure water from a mixture of salt and water. So the technique which we will use simple distillation. Then we will heat and boil the mixture to evaporate water, and then we will condense the water by using condenser. So basically we are using a simple distillation, the technique. We will heat, the water will evaporate, and then the vapors of the water are condensed by using a condenser. Pure sand from a mixture of salt and sand. So this is the same thing, same as the MCQ, the last 16 question, MCQ 16 was there. As you can see, we have a mixture of sand, salt and sand. So what we did, we first shake with water, we filter to remove the sand, and we evaporate to remove the salt. So we want to obtain both. The best complete answer is, because we have a mixture of salt and sand. So first what we should do, we should add water and shake the mixture. Then we will use filtration, or you will write filter to remove sand, and then evaporate the filtrate to obtain salt, or you can mention crystallization as well. Then the diagram shows the apparatus in which we are separating water and alcohol from each other. The boiling point of alcohol is 78, water is 100. We have to first label. So this is called fractionating column. We did this labeling. This is a tripod stand. Then we have to label the arrows. So here the water is in, as you can see the arrows pointing in, and here the water is out. And normally what happens, cold water enter and hot water will be out. But if you write water in and water out, that is also acceptable. If you don't write cold water or hot water, that is also the right answer. Identify the mistake. So what is the mistake here? We are heating a distillate. This what we collect the mixture, that is, it's not air, it is always water, because water is having a tendency to absorb greater amount of heat energy. That's why water is used as a coolant. Even in the car radiator, we are adding water as a coolant. So what is the mistake here? This heat, we are heating a distillate, or you can write a beaker. That's a mistake. We should not heat the distillate. Which liquid we will collect first? We'll collect alcohol because it is having a low boiling point. As it is 78, so it will first vaporize and condense. So we collect alcohol first, and the water will left in the round bottom flask. And why it would be better to use electrical heater? Because alcohols are flammable liquid, they can catch fire. So for the safety, we use electrical heater. A mixture of colored M was separated by chromatography. The colors are insoluble in water. So they give you the answer here. For the first part, it is insoluble in water. On the diagram, label the base or origin. So this is a baseline or origin. Name the solvent. So which solvent we should use? They mention it is insoluble in water. So if something is insoluble in water, we should write alcohol. Then how many dyes were there in M? How many dyes are there? So how you can identify dyes? 1, 2 and 3, because 3 spots are there, so it is a mixture of 3 dyes. And what your conclusion about identity of M? So what we can say about M? The spot, one of the spot matches with 1, another spot matches with 3. So we can say it contains 1 and 3, that is, and it also contains one unknown dye, like we don't know, but that dye is also present. So this spot, we don't know why there's a spot here or which substance responsible for this spot. So this is unknown dye. So there are 2 known dyes, 1 and 3 are there, but there is also another extra spot. So it means that is the unknown dye. And why it's of 3 mark? 1 mark is for mentioning it contained 1. 1 mark is for mentioning it contained 3, and 1 mark is for mentioning it contained any unknown substance. How could the reliability of result check? How will be sure of our result? So what we can do, we can, whenever we want to check the reliability of the result, we should repeat the procedure. How it is having 3, because there are 3 spots, the number of the spots are showing the number of the dyes. So as you can see, for M, how many spots are there? 1, 2 and 3. So there are 3 spots. So it means M contains 3 substances, and M, 1 is present in M, 3 is present in M, and this one is any unknown substance is also present in M. And how we check the reliability of the result? How will we show that our result is accurate? So we should repeat the procedure and take an RF value or calculate the RF value. So we'll be sure of our results. Then a student investigated the color present in the fruit drink. The fruit drink was tested to check no artificial coloring has been added. Name the method. So we call that as a chromatography. Why there is a glass cover in the beaker? What is the reason why we covered? Because sometime what happened, the liquid might evaporate. The liquid which we are using in the container, it evaporate, because evaporation can happen at any temperature. So the amount of the liquid might decrease. To overcome this, we put a lid. So why there is a glass cover on the beaker? So it will reduce the evaporation of the solvent. So the solvent will not evaporate. When should the paper be removed? So at what position we should remove the paper from this chromatogram? So once, basically what happened, as the liquid is rising, once the liquid reaches the top, the solvent reaches the top of the paper, So we remove the paper out from this chromatogram. So the question was, when should the paper be removed from the beaker? So what should be your answer? It should be when the solvent reaches the top of paper, we should remove it out. The diagram shows the result. So these are the results. How many different colored compounds are present in the fruit drink? So how many different colored compounds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of the spot shows the number of the compound because 4 spots are there. So it is having 4 different compounds. Are there any artificial coloring present in the fruit drink? And explain your answer. So are there? Yes, there is artificial coloring present because it has the same height. So answer should be yes, and reason, there is the same height for spot in fruit drink and the artificial color. So the artificial color, one of the artificial color and the fruit drink have the same spot, same height, or you can also say same RF value. So that's why it is also present in this fruit drink. So this was the test related to topic experimental technique.